Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining from. Thank you for being here. It's good to be back. It's been a little bit. I'm back home in Portland, back in the studio. Gonna have some fun today. So, welcome. Thanks for joining. Oh, geez. Something is wrong with my monitor again, my Stream Deck again, and it's not showing me the mic is on. Okay, the mic is on. I think I might have two mics on. Yep, that should sound better. Weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, welcome. Thanks for being here. So, I forgot to turn off the Halloween mode for the map at the beginning, but Thomas said it's actually not Halloween mode. It is autumn mode, which I will take. I'll take it. Great. Okay. So, reminder, if you have a question at any time during the stream, start your message with the letter Q, and that'll filter into the questions column on my chat window here, which will make it a little bit easier for me to spot as we get going. But today, I want to talk about the Magewell Director Mini, because I have it here on loan for a couple weeks longer, not too long, and I hadn't had a chance to use it much because I've been traveling and was out last week for a work conference, and yeah, so now I have a chance to actually show it to you live here, and we got a whole bunch of stuff connected up to it, so we're gonna try some things out and see what I can do and see if we can break it, I guess. Media Rex says, hello from Las Vegas with my new DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Awesome. I also got the Pocket 3. I just can't help myself. They're just so much fun. So I do have that actually connected as a webcam into the Magewell Director Mini. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. Oh, and Keith coming in strong with the super chat. Thanks for being here. Hello, hello. Good to have you here. Okay, great. So let's just jump in and move over to the demo table to talk about the Director Mini. So, I hope my audio is on. It's not showing me again. It did work. Okay. That's interesting. Let me show you what I'm complaining about. Normally these buttons tell me that the mic is on, and it's supposed to have feedback here from table mic to that mix bus muted, and the color is normally green when it's on, and it's black when it's muted, and it is in fact that one's muted, that one's not, so I should be seeing a green background on this one, but it's not showing me that. But it is working, so we're just going to move on. Okay. Let me know if you can't. Yeah, okay. Audio is fine. Great. Sven says, YouTube is showing me a COVID-19 info box over the title of the stream. Is there any keyword in the description triggering the disinfo warning? That is really strange. I don't think I mentioned that anywhere in here. I'm scrolling through the description now. No, it's my stock description. I have Magewell Director Mini. I didn't even mention what happened to me last week. Let me yeah, that's so weird. No idea. So I didn't do a stream last week. The week before I didn't do a stream because I was on a plane, and I was literally in the I had just landed in Prague, and I was getting to my hotel. Did not have time to set up a stream, and even if I had wanted to try it with the Director Mini. So that was 2 weeks ago. Last week I got back from Prague on Saturday night. Not super late, but it was pretty late. And it was one of the worst flights I've ever had. I caught some sort of bug right at the end of my trip. I managed to, my Friday was like a work day. I did all my presentations. Went out to dinner with people afterwards, which I have a fun video to show from that actually. Right after dinner, I started being like, oh my God, I'm getting a little bit sick. And I just went to my hotel room and just slept. I went to bed at like 7 p.m. that night. My flight was leaving at like 3 a.m., so it worked out. But I was definitely sick on the plane, and I took a COVID test before I left. It was negative. I took one when I got home, and it was negative. I took one on Sunday, and it was still negative. So apparently, it was just a regular cold. But Sunday morning, last week, I was pretty out of it. So that was why I didn't do a stream last week. Yeah, the AI knows. But I didn't. That's the thing. My three negative tests. So I was pretty convinced. YouTube's automated systems work so well. Okay. Yeah, Magewell versus New Yellow Ultra. That will be an interesting comparison. Ooh, are you targeting the right surface with the companion button? With companion 3, the surface targeting can bite you. Interesting. I didn't. The problem is I didn't change any of this since it was working last, so I assume there's nothing else. Like it was working fine. Yeah, there's just nothing. Ooh, what's this? Nope. See, it is. No, it's not even doing the action. It's not even muting it. So I think it might just be the connection to the X32 is wrong, is broken. Anyway, we don't need to. I bet if I restart it, it'll work. Yeah. Now it's working. Yep. So that's interesting. Okay. Something is clogged up. Anyway. Reloaded and the box is gone. Good. Well, they figured it out. Okay. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into this. So, look how small it is. It's so tiny. It's like, it's very, very small, which is both good and bad. So we'll get to that. It's small. It's very small. So like all the touch targets are small, but there is a remote control, which we can pull up. So, okay, what have I got here? I've got my main camera plugged in over HDMI. I've got a second camera plugged in over HDMI as well. Camera over there. And then I got a couple other cameras. So I've got a webcam plugged in. This is the DJI Pocket 3. If I do active track, you'll see it'll track me as I move around. And I had another webcam plugged in a second ago. We've got video clips, we've got layouts, we've got channel art. Okay, so what are all these things on the bottom? This is basically like your main switcher, and you can scroll through the different sources here. And you get to add layouts, sources and layouts. So this is pretty different from other switchers in the way that this works, which is that there isn't really a difference between an input and a layout. So like HDMI is just a layout. It just is a layout of only one source. IT never gets old. Says, can you grab the YoloBox Pro and Mini to compare sizes? Yes. Okay, fine. I happen to have the Mini right down here. It is actually almost exactly the same size as the YoloBox Mini. So it's just ever so slightly smaller. And then, of course, the Ultra is a beast compared to this. So we'll talk about some of the differences between those later. But for now, I want to focus on the Magewell. So these layouts and sources, they're all just kind of the same. So if I do this, you can see I can add a new scene. They call it scene, and I can just add HDMI 1 as a scene. But so it defaults to like full screen, and you'll notice I can just change it and just make it smaller if I want, right? So I could do like this. So creating super sources is like the same. They don't call them super sources. I call them super sources because I'm used to the ATEM. But I can do like, I can create that, and then I can just add another source in here. And now I've got the side by side view. And then I could also add a background, right? So I can do a picture in the background and you can change what layer it's on. And we can do that. And now, look at that. You got a layout created. And then it just saves it over here. It's called HDMI 1, which is not good. So we can rename it to side by side. And now I can cut to it just like a camera. So that's pretty cool. Here's the full screen so you can actually see what it's doing. So yeah, I have a side by side. I can do it again with other sources, and you can see all the different kinds of sources you can add here. That we've got the 2 physical HDMI ports, 2 physical webcams, video clips from the SD card, picture from the SD card, RTMP SRT streams, phone camera, special feature, and NDI streams. So we'll do a couple of those. The UI for cropping and sizing and positioning right up there with mix effect, fast and by the seat of your pants. I agree. Yeah, it is pretty convenient. But one of the main things I'm excited about this is the web interface. So let me pull that up really quick because I want to show the corresponding web interface of this. So if you pull down, it'll show you the IP address this has, which is 4621. And now I can log in here, what is the password? I haven't made a password yet. Maybe it's just admin. Maybe there's a password on the back. That's interesting. No. I forgot to check what the password is because with the Pro Convert, you have to create your own password. There's not like a default. Oops. Let's find that really quick. Admin. I tried that one. That's the first one I tried because a lot of these encoders work like that. It's not admin. A couple of stars. Yeah, maybe if I just enter a few stars, it'll work. Gosh, what is it? What is let's see if it's in their manual. It is the first question in their manual. Oh, it is admin, but with a capital A. That's funny. Now you have to create a password. Okay. Let me do that really quick. Magewell Director Mini, admin. One to 32 characters. Oh, good Lord. One to 32, and it can't have periods. That's the problem. So we'll make that an underscore. My password manager is too smart for it. Okay, there we go. So now we're in to the admin page, and what I wanted to show was that it's right here now. So I can just use this to switch scenes. So watch as I tap on the web interface, this is just going to change this, which means I can automate this from Companion, which is the reason I'm excited about it. So I'm not stuck with using the touch screen on it. I can actually use the remote control for it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so back to scenes. So what have I got here? We've got so I already showed you how to make a side-by-side layout, which is pretty cool. Video clips. So you can just load video clips in from the SD card. And I wanted to show you this restaurant I went to on Saturday, which is this clip. So this, again, just like adding a camera, you can do the same things of like resizing it, add a background. So we can like move it to the middle. it's a little bit hard to get it precise with your fingers. And we can add a picture in the background. Where's the background? There. So let's do that and move it down. There we go. So, okay, that was it. That was adding another layout with a SD card video. Really cool feature though. Watch this. You can choose what happens, how you want the video clip to play. So you can choose a playback range first of all, but this is a full clip already edited, so I'm gonna play the full thing. But action. So you can choose how do you want it to start. Let me show you this bigger. Manual start or auto start. So when you cut to the video, it'll start playing. What happens on the end action? Go to black, repeat, show last frame, or, and this is my favorite, switch to a camera. So I'm just going to switch to, or layout, right? So I can just switch to HDMI 1 when it's done. And now it'll be a perfect playback. And then switch action, rewind to start. Oh, what happens when you switch away from it? So we'll save that. And do we want to add any transitions? We'll not add any transitions. Now we'll save that. So now, as soon as I play this, it's going to start rolling, and it'll switch back to the main camera when it's done. So let's show you this full screen and actually watch this little clip. So this was the restaurant that I went to right after the meeting, and the restaurant is train themed, and all of the food they bring out to you on little trains. It's amazing. So yeah, here is the little clip. Oh, there's music on this, but I don't have the music routed through the through the stream. The little trains bring around the drinks and the food. It was really cute. It's so exciting to have your food brought to you on a tiny train, even for the adults. Oh, okay, look at that. It's counting down, showing me that it's about to go live to the HDMI. That was cool. So it was like, it scrolled over automatically, and then it was like, oh, you're about to go live on this, 10 seconds remaining. So that was cool. Good little trick. I like it. Okay. Yes, that was the place. Vitopna. Can somebody else in another country control the scenes? Yeah, so the web interface, let's see, I don't think I have this set up, but the web interface, I'm connecting to it directly on my network with the IP address, but they do have a whole cloud thingy. And I don't know how to set that up. But you can connect this to their like cloud control platform and then log into it like over the internet, and you don't even need to deal with VPNs, which is great. So that is pretty cool. Okay. Can I edit these on the web? I don't think I can. I can just... No, I can rename them, but I can't edit the layouts. Yeah, okay. I can apply my graphics. We've got streaming settings. Here's all the volume audio settings, which are, we'll get to that in a second. Okay, what else? What else have we got? Any questions so far? So we showed... Lily says, I'm here for the special guests, but I don't see them yet. They are upstairs napping now. They are passed out on the couch. I decided it was too complicated to do the stream from upstairs, and I just came downstairs, and they are sleeping. One of them is sleeping. One of them is on the back of the couch looking out the window like a cutie. Yeah, I decided to do the stream downstairs so I can actually properly show you this thing. Otherwise, it's a little bit too hard. The special guests, though, I filmed this little video clip this morning while I was testing. These are the special guests. I was trying to set things up while under two cats that were on my lap. They were very tired. Oh, and then it cut to my logo because I set that as the action when it ended. Okay. So let's play around with some of the more fun sources. So, okay, we've got two HDMIs, webcam. Oh, I can plug in the other webcam. Let's do that really quick. I'll plug in the, just to show you that you can have two webcams connected. So on the, over here, I've got this little Insta360 Go 3. And, okay, so it just found the USB. It will say be a webcam now. And then we should be able to add another webcam source. Yeah, okay. So add webcam 2, and there it is. That is the Insta360 Go 3. Oh, and it even labeled it for me. How convenient. So that's the Go 3 picture, and then the DJI Pocket. The DJI Pocket is here. So that's, I'm not sure which one I like better, actually. I think the Pocket. This one's a little bit more like contrasty. Yeah. Okay. Back to this. IT Never Gets Old says, does it do both NDI in and NDI out? Yes. So what I was going to show you is when you're adding new inputs, you can add, in addition to webcams, you can add RTMP, SRT, and NDI streams and phone camera as inputs to this. So if we do NDI, we need to find the NDI source on the network, and the only NDI source I have available right now is a phone. So I'll just launch my NDI camera app on the phone and see how that goes. So let's search. There it is, NDI HX camera, and it is working already. That was fast. So there is NDI feed from the phone, and this is phone NDI feed, and it's just now over the network. So my phone's on Wi-Fi, which is obviously not great, but it's compressed enough that I guess it's fine. This thing is wired into the network, so at least we have one hardwired connection. So with that connected, can we do NDI out? I don't see why not. So if I stream here, we can do NDI. How are we gonna, let me go full screen on this. So you choose what you want to stream. We are gonna stream the program stream. Oh my gosh, 62 megabits. Let's drop the frame rate to 30 because that's a lot. 30 megabits, great. Sure. Let's see what this does. And let's go. How do we go? NDI, source name. Direct. Test. There we go. Streaming. What's it streaming to? So I want to pull up my Pro Convert now, because we should be able to get the, oh yeah, there it is. So the Pro Convert is showing me the NDI source. One is the camera, and this one is the Magewell. So let's grab that. Oh, and this just said, yes, looks good. Okay, so now that that's tested, there we go. Now I can connect, and it's going. And sure enough, this is seeing it. Let's see, the signal is getting the signal. So I should be able to pull up that stream on the monitor for you. So if I show you, where's my... Oh, I moved that camera. That camera was showing you that monitor before. So let's just do... let's do this. We'll put it here. Focus that camera on that first. So I'm going to change that to show you the Magewell Pro Convert stream. And let's do that. There it is. So that's the NDI feed from the Magewell. So as I change here, why did you lose me? So as I am changing on the Magewell, we are seeing the feed over NDI from the Magewell Pro Convert. So that's cool. And yeah, so that's doing NDI in and out. So I've got the NDI camera from the phone still, playing NDI in and NDI back out. It's working. It's working great, in fact. Oh no, double audio. What is going on? Okay. This happened to me before when I was recording. What? Check. Wow. NDI. It's this. There it is. I had the Magewell audio. There we go. Oh my God. I had the Magewell audio routed back into the stream. Why was that showing up as reverb and not feedback? Interesting. Okay. Well, I made that mistake when I was recording a demo of the YoloBox, and a bunch of it is unusable. So lovely. Thank you for catching that. It is the, yeah, it was started the second I started the signal. So it was the audio that the Magewell Director was sending to the Magewell Pro Convert into Studio. So as soon as I started that NDI stream, it was, yeah. Announced some Black Friday deals in your echoey God voice. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Okay, so that's NDI out. Let's stop that. And yeah, it freeze framed over there, and now it's gone. We can do, oh, so I was testing while I was out, I was testing, I did bring this with me to Prague, and I did not do a live stream live, but I did do a test stream because I wanted to see, could I stream to my studio from there. And what I did was I managed to find, using the hotel Wi-Fi, I managed to find settings that did actually work. So the SRT, I had this thing on my VPN, through my VPN router, and the I had this sending to the Magewell Pro Convert via SRT. So if I go back over to the Pro Convert, go to the SRT source, this should find the signal again. Yeah, and sure enough, it is popping up over here. So thankfully the audio is muted now. But yeah, so I was able to stream SRT from Prague into the studio as well. So that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, did not have enough time to actually put together a show for that. Is the number of scenes limited? I have not hit a limit yet, but let's keep going. How much delay is there with the NDI iPhone cam? Let's see. Here's, let's see, you can see my hands and the feed. That's not bad at all. I think that's like, let's see, is it even, it's actually not even different than the USB camera. Oh, I can make a layout with all these. Let's do a little layout with a bunch of cameras. See if I can see how much I can break it. So let's add an HDMI camera. There. Let's add a webcam. There. Let's add another webcam. There. Let's add the NDI. Which one is it? Must be. Huh. Interesting. It remembers them. So let's see, 4623. That one. You can add up to 3 sources. Okay, we found the limit. 3 sources. So let's get rid of that one and add back NDI because I do want to test. I want to compare the NDI delay to the webcam delay and the HDMI delay. So we get 3 sources we can add to a scene. 3 video sources, I should say, because I can still add a background, which is cool. So let's put that in the back. Okay, save, and there we go. So, can I get my hands in all the shots? Whoa, they're so in sync. Here, I'll show you the full screen, so it's not going through another camera. Look at that. They're all in sync. That's wild. That's amazing. That's the NDI camera. That's the USB webcam and the HDMI feed. Cool. Okay. Can you show some of the graphics overlays abilities? Lower thirds and bugs. Yeah. So, okay. So I guess you got the idea about adding video sources, right? We can make layouts with up to 3 video sources. We can add video clips. We can add webcams and stuff all day long. The graphics tab is over here. And this is a whole new set of things to create. So there's a bunch of built-in stuff. So we've got titles. So I could have labeled each camera, right? I could say like HDMI, because that would have been useful. Oh, kind of hard to tell where it's going to line up on that super source layout. We'll put it up there. Can add another. No, let's see. There we go. Can I? Oh, title is just one. Okay. There was another way to do. Yeah, lower thirds is more layouts. I can put my name here. And my channel title. .com. There we go. Let's move that down. So to bring these on, if you're streaming a video or on like a layout, you go to the graphics tab first and then you tap it. But of course, because this is remote controllable, I can also, oh geez, completely pressed the wrong button. I broke my super source layout. Darn. those crows, I don't know if you can hear them. They are bigger than the cats. New kittens are so tiny. There we go. Okay. So if we go to the web interface, in addition to controlling the scene switching, I can also now load my graphics in, which is, again, just absolutely fantastic. So I don't have to worry about poking the buttons on the screen. So I can just go click it on the web page and it shows the graphics. It's hiding underneath there, but you get the idea. Yeah, that's super cool. As neat as the touch-based resizing is, it's very fiddly when it comes to trying to do something with precise alignments. I agree, yes. That's the problem with any touch interface, including iPads, which is why a pencil is so useful. But yes, the classic problem of touchscreen interfaces, especially when they're small, is getting anything precise is extremely difficult. You can see it's giving me this little dotted line to show snapping, but and like centering, but it's still very, very touchy to get it right. It'd be nice if they had like, then as soon as you lift it slips. It'd be nice if they had a way to enter numbers. Let me see if they do. They do. So if I want this centered, I should position it 960, and then I can go down 1 pixel at a time, which is nice. So at least there's that. You can jump into here to do precise scaling. Because, yeah. Oh, and then they have a full screen shortcut. Or snapping to corners. Oh, what's it doing? Full screen. Do that for quick adjustments and then do the precise ones with the, yeah, that's not too bad. Cropping, same thing. Yeah, entering the numbers helps a lot. Can you edit the lower thirds on the web? So I don't think there's any, I think the web right now is only control. Let's double check that. Let's go back to here and let's check this. I'm pretty sure this is edit, control only. Ooh, wait. I can change the text on the web. That's useful. This one doesn't have that option. Interesting. Oh, wait, yes, it does. There it is. Edit. So I can change what's in, I can change what's there, but I can't change the position. For the timer, we do get the control over the timer, so we can say how long we want it to last and whether to start it. And then I guess I need to also bring it on air. There it is. So there's bringing it on air. There's the control from the web, which is great. What else? Can it work with a wireless or wired mouse and keyboard? Interesting question. So there's two USB ports, and I've got them both eaten up with webcams right now. But if I take one webcam out, I might be able to try it. Let's see if this works. I've got a, I don't know if this is going to work. I've got a Mac trackpad here. I don't know what the mouse is going to do. Let's see. Oh. There it goes. Is there a cursor on the screen? Oh my gosh, there is. So this is this is the Mac trackpad, which I now can't use on my computer. But yeah, I can just, that's kind of cool. Oh, that was an interesting glitch. It played the other SD card clip first. Like for like a frame. So I can click and drag to scroll. That's useful. This, I guess, could help create these layouts too, right? Because now I can more precisely control this with a trackpad. That's cool. So I assume the keyboard works too, which is actually more useful, arguably. Let's unplug that. Hopefully it goes back to my computer. So yeah, you definitely can position it with an external mouse. Let me plug in a keyboard and see if I can, I assume this is going to work. So I should be able to type now into my graphics. So if I wanted to be like, edit that. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Still faster to do it from the web interface though. But hey, at least you have the ability to do that from a keyboard. It's a cool little trick. Let's get that out of there. Okay, so let's look at some of the other graphics abilities that it has. Put that back in for charging. As fun as the wireless keyboard and mouse are, I always have at least one plugged in because I need to charge. Okay. Animated text. Scrolling titles. So now that I know I can edit that on the web, let's do that and then go back to here, and now I can type in much faster. Magewell Director Mini demo. And bring it on screen. That's cool. That's very cool. Can you use a USB hub? Excellent question. That is a natural next question. Let me find one. I do have one, but I have to go grab it. I will leave you with some kittens. So I just realized that I have a USB hub, but I don't have more than one USB cord for the keyboard. So let's plug that in. It should work. I don't see why not, because it's basically just a little Android tablet. So with that, I do need another. I have a really long lightning cord here. So I should be able to let's plug that in. Let's plug that in and see if I get both. Oh, this end also needs to get plugged in, of course. Wires everywhere. Okay. So I should have a mouse. Yes. And let's go to the graphics and edit this. And do I have keyboard? Yes, I do. Oops, why did that get cut off? That's interesting. How do I... Is that just the size of this text? What's that do? Oh, interesting. Oh, look at all these options. Font. Size. There we go. Apparently that text box just is this size. That's why it's called text title and not lower third. Yeah, cool. USB hub works. Ooh, plug the other USB webcam into the hub too. Good idea. I can't show that comment because my mouse is taken over by the Magewell. Let's get this webcam plugged back in and turned on. HubSpot. Let's see. That's my HubSpot camera plugged in over HDMI. Okay, webcam. I wish it would not quite center my head. Okay, webcam is plugged in, and do I have it on this? I do. Look at that. That's cool. I need my mouse back so I can show the chat. So we're going to undo that. But yeah, keyboard, mouse, webcam over a USB hub, which probably means make sure you're using a USB 3 hub in order to make sure you have enough bandwidth in the hub for a webcam, but a USB 2 hub should work fine for just keyboard and mouse. This is cool. Thank you for that suggestion, Ren. USB hub works. Emerald says it will also accept 4G modems. Oh yeah, good tip. I don't have a SIM card in mine, but I do have a USB modem here, which now I can also plug into the hub. I wonder if it'll at least recognize it. Even if there's no SIM in it. Multiple webcams through a single hub? Probably. I don't see why not. I can swap the one that the DJI Pocket is plugged into. It's just a, I mean, it's just a computer, so let's do that. And there, yeah, webcam. Track me. And did it find it again? There's the Pocket 3 doing active track. And there's, yeah, this is great. This is working great. There's the Insta360. This is the Mini. Do you think they will have a bigger model, say with SDI inputs? Excellent question. I assume it depends on how well this goes in the market, because they do make a lot of other gear with SDI ports, obviously. So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know anything about it though. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, I found the cellular modem now that I plugged in the LTE modem, and it's, oh cool, it's showing me the speed. Yeah, that's great. Network, cellular. I don't know what it's, oh right, because it's, there's no SIM card, so there's no data connection there. But it did find the modem. That's great. Alonzo says, I've been testing the Director Mini for the last 3 weeks, and I can tell it's amazing. Was able to connect up to 12 sources. HDMI, USB, IP, and I got no issues. That's great. The limits on the USB hub are probably how much power it needs to deliver. Yeah, totally. USB hubs are going to vary wildly depending on what you're doing with them. So, but that's great that it just works. Andre says, hello, all, long time no see. I'm finally back to watch Aaron after 20 months. Well, good to have you back. I'm finally streaming after 3 weeks, 2 weeks off. So that was, I'm back too. Okay, cool. So we got USB hub going. We've got keyboard. Oh, I should probably undo the keyboard so I get my computer back and get this ugly cable out of the way. We've got graphics. We haven't quite finished exploring the graphics. What else have we got? Animated text. We've got digital clock. Cute. Why not? Oh. Did I? Yeah, no, okay. That's the right proportion. So I can just put the time on the screen. Yeah. And put the animated text on the bottom. And I can show you the actual stream from this too, because I've got the Magewell over here, but now the audio is going to be delayed. The color shift was because this one is the HDMI out of the Magewell going through a converter, and this is the actual now SRT stream being received. What else have we got for graphics? Analog clock. Cute. Lots of different colors. Bullet list. You can just make like a to-do list. Line spacing. Cool. Symbols. Check boxes. Color. Fun. Play by paragraph, autoplay very fast. Fun. And then if I show that, I assume I can edit this over on the web too. Let's see. Can I edit this? Yeah, look at that. So I can do, oh, maybe not while it's on screen. Oh, my keyboard wasn't connected. That would help. Make coffee. Drink coffee. Start live stream. Finish live stream. Today's agenda for the show. Yeah, or if I show you the actual feed, clean feed, that's pretty cool. Okay. What else have we got? Social media. That's useful. Follow me on Instagram. Although I really should be posting there more. I keep wanting that to be the done button. And now, yeah, makes sense. Can you check or uncheck the boxes on the to-do list? I don't think so. I think it's more just like a bullet list. Yeah. Yeah. No, there's no toggle for individual ones. What else have we got? Social media, logo. I guess I can just put in like, oh yeah, I can put my little corner thing in. There we go. Useful. Scoreboard. Oh, wow. I wonder how you control this. Oh, you get a bunch of options for this. Look at this. Home guest team logo. You can even do timers. Oh my gosh. There's more in here than I even know what to do with. But here's the real question. Does this show up on the web? Because that sounds awful to manage on the touchscreen. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we can just change the score on the website. We can do timers. Yeah, and it's toggling it all over here on the box. That's great. Get you out of there. Let's get you out of there. And cool. Okay, what else? Stopwatch. So if you just wanted to count up. How do you start it? Oh, there's a little icon here now. Stopwatch. So I assume also this will make more sense if you do it from the web. But this is the feed coming from the device now. So if I go back to the web, we've got control for it. Stop, reset, start. Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, and lastly, get you out of there. Custom. What does that do? You can add picture and text and timer. Oh, so you can just like make your own stuff. That's cool. And then it's saved as great. Cool. Okay. Do the overlays stick to the individual layouts or do they persist across layouts? They are on top of everything. So if I go and there's actually two different parts to this. So the graphics tab is on top of everything. So if I do that and if I switch, it stays there, right? But you can also add graphics inside of a layout. So if I wanted to have like lower thirds for two different people, I could be like, oh, we're going to add HDMI 1, but then we're going to add on top of it text. So this, because I'm inside this layout, this is now going to be associated with this. It's like a scene. They call it scenes, which makes sense. So if I do that and save that, notice how I have HDMI over here, but then this new one that I made has the text in it. So I cut to it like any other scene. So there's the one without and there's the one with. So that's how you can do text or graphics that's like part of the video source, which is cool. Okay, what other questions are we getting here? Does it have a remote guest functionality? I don't see anything like that in here. There's no like, I would expect it to show up like this. Oh, one thing I didn't show you yet is the phone camera feature. So I brought my phone feed in over NDI, but that's obviously not like a great option for most people because the NDI, it's just more complicated. But if you go add a phone camera, I think I already did this actually. Yeah. So here is a phone camera feed. Then there's this app on the phone called Director Utility. And if you launch that, then you just open up phone camera and it finds it on the network. You connect to it. And now all of a sudden, that was my other phone. Let's delete that and add it back. Phone camera, camera 1, connect, save. Uh-oh. It was working flawlessly earlier. What's going on? It even thinks it's on air. Oh. What's that? Oh, that's my NDI. Let me get rid of that. Delete. Let's just get rid of that. Start over. Okay. Now this says no phone camera created. So let's go add a new phone camera. Camera 1, high quality. And then connect. Shoot. It was working earlier. Well, at least NDI worked. Let me try my other phone. Phone camera. That camera is occupied. So let's go get rid of it. Make a new one. Let's call it camera 2. And there it is. Huh, I don't know why those aren't working now. Oh well, not so much for that demo. My YouTube just tricked me with buffering. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not on my end. Okay. I saw a URL input. That could be a remote guest. Did you see a URL remote input? I didn't see that. I don't see URL here. Where did you see that? Was it in graphics? I don't see URL here either. I don't see it. Tell me where you found it. The teleprompter would be extra cool. That's interesting. Like, out. So you do get a couple options for HDMI out. That's something I didn't talk about yet. Right now I have the HDMI out set to mirror the screen so that I can show you like this with all the layout, the stuff on the interface, right? But if we go to, where is it? It's in settings, system, no, settings. Where did it go? There it is. External screens. When you plug it in, this pops up automatically. I have it actually connected to it's a USB-C to HDMI dongle. So it finds that as a monitor. And then you can say, do you want it to be clean program out, loop HDMI 1 or loop HDMI 2? So for clean program out, now if I show you that feed, now it's just clean it out. I do notice it's a little bit stuttery. It's not perfectly smooth. And I think that's to be expected for any kind of monitor output from these. So I was using it for the showing you the interface, duplicate screen, and now if I go back here, it's got the interface stuff over it. But yeah, it would be really cool to have like a separate, like a kind of like a secondary display out, right? Where it's a totally separate thing, like showing the lyrics or something. Okay, can you record on your iPhone as a backup and send that feed from the Director app or NDI? Oh, good question. As far as I know, the NDI app does not have a record feature in it. But that's just this NDI app. This is the NDI's NewTek's own app. Let's see. Yeah, there's no record option in this. The Magewell Director utility app also does not have a record feature. That's a good idea. Good suggestion, though. They should do that. They should definitely do that. Then you can record on the phone and have a backup of it. Which tool is this? Just got here. This is the Magewell Director Mini. Link is in the description. Do you need to press some sort of record button on the phone camera to start transmitting? No, before it was just popping up automatically. So I don't know what happened. I did test it before I started too. Emerald says, I found a lot of dongles were not happy with it. Stuttery. The Anchor Dual HDMI one works without stutter. Oh, good tip. Okay. I don't have that one. This is Uni, which normally I've had good luck with. Does it record on the unit? Can it ISO record? Okay, good question. There is a record button here, but it is not ISO. It is just the program. Okay, it's not quite ISO recording, but this, I should probably explain this. This actually applies to a whole bunch of different parts of this. So there are actually two encoders on the device. What I mean by that is there's two separate things that can encode video streams, and then you can route those video streams out a bunch of different ways. So in the encode setting, first of all, you get encode 1, encode 2. Encode, you get to choose the resolution and frame rate and bit rate of both. So here for encode 1, I have 1080, 30 frames per second, 4 megabits. I can also have my encoder 2 set to a different resolution and frame rate and data rate. So that's step 1. These are the encoders. You can also choose what you want the encoders to encode. So I have encode 1 set to program. Encode 2, I can actually change it to, let me add a new one. And this is where you can choose any of your 4 inputs. So I can actually say, I want encoder 2 to be busy encoding HDMI 2 at 1080/30 at 4.5 megabit. So now encoder 2 is set to, oh, I can't do it. I can't change it while I'm streaming. Let me stop the stream. So if I go back to settings, encoder 2 is now set to HDMI 2. So if you wanted, quote, ISO recording, you could change encoder 1 to HDMI 1. And now my two encoders are doing just HDMI 1 and 2 and has nothing to do with the program stream. And now if I hit record, oh wait, I have to go to the record setting. Record. This is showing me, like, I can record the output of the two encoders, right? So I can record both. And now it's basically doing ISO recording. So now when I hit record, it's going to record HDMI 1 and HDMI 2, and nothing that I tap here is getting recorded now, because it's just recording. The encoders are busy encoding the direct HDMI 1 and HDMI 2. So yeah, see how it made two files go up to the corner when I hit stop. So that's obviously not super practical, because you probably want one of your encoders to be busy with your program. But it does mean you can record something as a backup, either smaller, like a different resolution, or better quality than you're streaming, or whatever, right? So you can have one stream that is like, if you're really bandwidth limited, you can be streaming in 720 but recording a high quality 1080 if you hit program on there. So that also applies to streaming. So, oh, I did want to go there. So streaming, I have my SRT configured. That is streaming the encode 1 feed. I can choose encode 1 or encode 2. So I can stream, so you can start to imagine all the different combinations you can do here, right? I can stream the program to YouTube. Also, I really appreciate that they did this properly, where even though this is like an Android device and has a browser, when I go log into YouTube, it actually does it the right way, which is uses YouTube's API for browserless devices, and you have to go to that URL and log in on a separate computer and enter that code. So if anybody actually does this right now and logs into their YouTube account, you could get your YouTube account logged into my device right now, because I'm showing you this code. So don't show these codes on real streams. But we're not going to do that. So yeah, I could send encode 1 to YouTube and then send encode 2 over SRT, for example. So lots of different options for using those two encoders. So that's for recording and streaming, and then you choose your encode settings. Oh, this is good to know. That's neat. Use the back LEDs as NDI tally lights or as battery indicators. Fun. You can see that. I don't know if you can see. There's a little green glow because both batteries are fully charged. Does this have native? Does it have a network bonding solution, or is it strictly for at studio stream? It does not have a bonding solution, at least not right now, but it is definitely not just for a studio stream. Like, this is clearly made to go out. You can plug in an LTE modem. You can, yeah, there's no SIM card slot, but you can plug in an LTE modem. You can Wi-Fi tether it to your phone, whatever, but there's no bonding solution on it. If you did want bonding, you'd have to do that in a separate device, like a bonded modem. The beauty of this being a Magewell device is you can do encoding flat out. Yeah, totally. Like, I do definitely trust the Magewell encoders, so that is good. You mentioned the NDI HX camera. For some time now, the app has no longer been recognized by the NDI Studio monitor. Is it still working for you? Oh, that's weird. I don't usually use the NDI Studio monitor, so I haven't had that particular problem. But the NDI camera app was showing up here, and it was also showing up in the Magewell Pro Convert for me. So I don't know. Okay. The Andre said, I remember NDI camera app used to do that. It used to have the recording feature. Interesting. Do you think the screen quality is better than a Blackmagic 5 or 7-inch screen recorder? Interesting question. It does look very nice. It's hard to tell on camera, but it's a nice bright screen. You can change the brightness too. I saw somewhere. There it is. So that's good to know. I mean, it's not a monitor. Like, it doesn't have all the monitor tools that you would get in the other devices, and it's not going to record ProRes like the Blackmagic recorder, but it is a very nice screen. Using the dual encoding, does this get close to being your presentation hybrid switcher device? Very, very, very close. So one of the really cool things you can do with this, oh, not recording feature, just the button that starts the NDI transmission. That is true. I do remember seeing that button. But no, the Magewell app doesn't even have that button. It's just supposed to pop up automatically. Don't know why that decided to stop. Okay, so one of the really cool things is this dual encode function. So imagine that this is remote somewhere. You've given this to, like, put it in a remote kit, and you give it to a remote presenter, and they plug in their camera and their computer. Let me do that, actually. Let me switch my output to be my computer. Okay, so computer screen and camera, and then, or webcam even, which is cool, but let's forget the webcam stuff. Let me go to my side-by-side layout. You would imagine that you might want this kind of layout for the stream, but to be cutting back and forth between these, right? So first of all, you could switch this remotely, because you can pull up the web interface for it over here, and now you can cut remotely, and your remote talent doesn't have to worry about that. But what's even cooler is that you can use the dual encode feature to send clean versions of both of these to your studio. So if I go into settings, encode, we're going to encode not program, we're going to encode HDMI 1. Encode 2 is set to HDMI 2. Great. Then we're going to go to stream, and we're going to say SRT is encoder 1, and we're going to do another SRT. I really should have plugged in my other Magewell. I have a second one here. Can I get it connected? I think I can. Do I have enough power for it is the question. So this is the, oh, that's getting cluttered. There we go. This is the non-NDI version of the Pro Convert, which they don't even sell anymore, because I guess they just went all NDI. But this is my second one. This is the first one I bought, and then I bought the NDI version. I do want to go to HDMI because I have an HDMI input here. Do I have a HDMI cable? Yes. We're gonna rig this up. We're gonna rig this up because this is extremely cool. Okay, now I need USB power, and I need another USB power. Don't need that one. 2 USB powers or PoE. We might have PoE on that cord. Let's see if it does. Yes. Okay, great. Now I need USB power for the converter. And you're going to come from... I'm running out of plugs. You're going to come from... Maybe I can run it off of this hub. Okay. Because I do actually want to get both SRT thingies plugged in. I'm going to show you what this can do. The thing should be booting up. How are the kittens doing? Oh, they're both asleep on the couch. That's very cute. This should be booting up. Let's see. So that's going to be Magewell. That's Pro Convert 1. That's going to be Pro Convert 2. So let's do that. Smart View Right is going to be, plug that into patch number 15. So that's Pro Convert 2. I should be able to find it on the network now. If I remember correctly, I did not have it set up with a DHCP lease here. Eight minutes ago. I plugged it in way less than 8 minutes ago. What's this? Yeah, it probably is that one. Interesting. Pro Convert. Why do you have a private IP address? 10.11.70.76. Ah, it worked. Okay, great. So here's my second Pro Convert. 10.11.70.76. Great. So we go into source, set it up as a SRT listener, SRT port 9000 and select. Okay, so I should be able to go into here and say encode 2 goes to 10.11.70.76. Keep typing M, port 9000, save. Test. Yeah, look at that. Okay, great. And I see it over here. So what I'm doing is I'm now sending, I should say, rename that. Name is oh, come on. Hello. Cancel. SRT 2. Why isn't the keyboard working? Oh my God. Forget it. Okay. SRT 1 is the encoder 1. SRT 2 is encoder 2. The encoders are set to HDMI 1, HDMI 2, which means if I go here and start streaming, you should see my camera pop up there, my computer screen pop up there. So let's stream both SRTs. Yeah, there we go. So I now have two separate SRT feeds coming into my studio into the switcher. So this is why I'm excited about this, because basically I can send this out to somebody, tell them just plug it in, turn it on, and I'll control everything. And I go to my thing here and I go to the stream tab and I start both streams. And now you've got two feeds into your studio, which is very cool. So two SRT feeds coming into the studio, and then do whatever you want with them, right? Put them into layout, put them in SuperSource, cut to them, do whatever you would normally do with local video feeds. So then what comes back over here? Because they probably want to see what's going on the stream. So you could, for example, add a new source. Now remember, the encoders are busy pushing the ISO feeds out, so we're not going to be able to do any live switching here. But you could create a new scene and pull in an SRT stream. This is going to be, let's say, multi-view. And I happen to have another encoder at the studio, which is this one. It's a little SDI encoder. And this is encoding on port 9000. And let's do that. And sure enough, I've pulled up my studio's multi-view in here. So now if I do that, can I get rid of the overlays? Yeah. So what I would do is remotely configure this device to show the talent, the multi-view. And now I can get rid of the graphics because I don't need the live corner. So if I didn't want it to be a multi-view, I could also just make it the program, right? I could just, whatever my SDI encoder is doing, I can feed now back to this monitor. And remember that this HDMI out is, you can set it to be a copy of the screen or clean program feed. So ultimately, you could plug this in to a large monitor in front of the person and show them either multi-view or just copy the program feed with your side-by-side that you're mixing. Mix them with local talent, mix them with other remote sources or whatever. So yeah, it's very cool that it's doing all of that, at the same time. 2 separate ISO feeds to your studio. Set up the Magewell Pro Convert. I want to see if it works. Yeah, that's it working. Can you upload a video to the director over the web page? I don't think so. So let's go back to the website. The website right now seems to be mostly control, not configuration. So that's the one limit. What's the snowflake do? I have no idea what that does. That is, okay, so I can choose fade or cut. I don't know what the snowflake does. Freeze? Freeze? Do you think it's freezing it? Yeah, it is freezing it. I see. Okay. I don't know what. Oh, it actually just completely locks up. So if I tap the freeze, it'll just actually freeze frame on that. I don't know why I would do that, but now I know what that button does. Yeah, so there's no, like, I can't make a new scene. I can't, certainly can't upload a file, but wait, I can upload a file. Whoa. But then I can't make a scene out of it. So what do I do with that? Music. I guess it's just a easier way than dealing with the SD card. So that's good. So I can upload a file here, but I can't, but then I can't make a scene remotely. So I have to make a scene on the device. So I can at least be like, oh, let's upload the vertical version of that train video. Oh, I'm not in vertical mode, so it's stretching it. Oh, no, it didn't stretch it. Okay. And play it back. That's good. But obviously I can't. Oh, I can download it too. That's cool. But I can't, like, do anything with it here. I have to come back to the physical device to add it to a scene. But it should be on. I wonder where it uploaded to, actually. Did it upload to the SD card, or did it upload to... Did it upload to the internal storage? Yeah, uploaded to the internal storage. There it is. That's cool though. So at least you can upload remotely. Did not expect that, actually. So if you mount that to a camera, they can just talk to you. Yeah, exactly. I have to make a camera cage for this device. Does it need a cage? It has a tripod screw on the bottom. It could use a cage. I could see that. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. This is a good like presentation remote contribution tool because you can just send this to somebody and then control it all remotely and get 2 ISO feeds back to your studio. The Director Mini phone app, the control portion has the same limitations. That makes sense. Okay. How many NDI sources can the Magewell handle? Oh, good question. I think, let's see. So we have NDI. Let me go back to, let's see. This phone, NDI camera. Okay. Oh, there we go. And I gotta get it on the right video format. Oh, no, it's not working. It's only getting sound. I think it's the NDI, no, Shoot is the app that has it. Shoot. Sign in with Apple. Please let me sign in with Face ID. And that should let me get my NDI license for this NDI output. There we go. Okay, so let's try this. Try to get that connected. Let's get rid of you. NDI stream, search, drone phone, unsupported NDI format. That's not the one that worked. So it was the NDI HX camera that worked. Some of the NDI formats of these are not all compatible. Oops. NDI search. I bet Emerald knows off the top of his head which is the right format. I swear this was working a second ago. Yeah, this app has the Start NDI feed button. See, I'm getting audio, but I'm not getting video. Oh, it's the other phone. It was getting a black video feed because it's laying down on the desk. Okay, so there's one NDI. Can I get a second NDI, though? Which phone is which? It just said you can create up to 3 streams. What does that mean? Do I already have it in here? Webcam? No, I don't have any other NDI. Okay. Oh, wait, that was the same one. Can I get a second? So it is this one that's 2. You can create up to 3 streams. I don't understand the error message, but apparently I can't add more than one NDI. Or it could be because I'm doing too many other things already. It's used there in that scene. Yeah. Crazy Caleb, good morning from Melbourne. Thanks for joining super early. Multi-view. Is there multi-view? Is that the question? What you're seeing is the multi-view. So this is as multi-view as it gets. So it's not really multi-view. It's more like previews of your sources. There's no like grid like you would get on an ATEM. I wonder if it's counting the SRT feeds as streams. That could be. It probably has a limited number of streaming receivers in addition to streaming encoders. So I'm doing the 2 encoders are busy, but I'm also doing that receiving the SRT feed. So let me delete that one and see if I can replace it with an NDI. Let's try that. Yeah, okay, that was it. No, you were pointing out what I just did. Yes. So okay, now I'm receiving an NDI feed, another NDI feed. Where's the third one? I don't see a third. Just video file playback. Webcams. The streaming output shouldn't affect it. In an interview during the launch, it was stated that it can have 3 NDI feeds. Yeah, that was what the error message said, which is that it said you can create 3, but I'm having trouble finding the third. So let's see if we can figure that out. I'm running out of things to hold my phones up too. Oh, geez. Oh, I have a thing for that. My older phone is pre-MagSafe, but this one has MagSafe. And now I've got my little Peak Design tripod. Cool little thing. Okay. So now I've got my 2 NDI feeds. So where's the third one? Are you not able to focus? You can focus there. Let's get rid of this. It's redundant. Let's get rid of that layout and see if that's causing it. Can I add? I need another NDI encoder. Multi-view is going to be the third. Yeah, I got rid of that one. That was the SRT input. So can I add that back? Probably not, right? Because it's going to be busy. So is this 70.72 port 9000? Yeah, it's disabled because there's a third one in here somewhere. Side. I don't see it. Webcams shouldn't be eating up the streaming receivers. I have too many things running that I can't find the feeds. It's true. Did I remove both SRT feeds? Did I have 2? They're well, they're gone because like if I can show you the better. So here's NDI, here's NDI, here's webcam, here's a video, here's a side-by-side, here's a picture, here's another video, here's another video, another webcam, and there's my computer and an HDMI. I'm stumped. I just went through them all. Maybe it was a phone camera getting stuck, but I got rid of the phone camera, right? Yeah. I can receive the same NDI again. That's interesting. Empty the recycle bin. Touch disconnect on the streams list. Well, those are my outputs. But we can see if that helps. Let's see if I can add this back. Nope, still thinks something is connected. Huh. I can't figure it out. Well, it thinks there's a third one, which is why I can't add a third one. I just can't figure out what the third one is. What if it is the webcam? We can delete it. Is it used anywhere else? No. Okay. One webcam. One more time. No, it's still disabled. Oh, wait, maybe that was just because it's not entered. Interesting. That was the third. So is it a webcam? No, now it's working. They're all back. Okay. There was no problem. Webcam, SRT, NDI, NDI. So now I should not be able to add another SRT. I can add the same one again. That makes sense. But yeah, okay, now it's giving me the error. I can create up to 3. So probably same with NDI. I don't have another NDI source on the network. So that makes sense because there are 3. So if I get rid of, I reckon it was because it didn't enter a name. Yeah, I think that's what was happening. Was I was not entering a name, so it wasn't it wasn't letting me click the create button, and I was misinterpreting that as the maximum number of inputs error. That's what it was. Did Aaron answer the bonding question? Lost connectivity to the stream. There is no built-in bonding feature in here, so you'd have to do that separately. You have to do it with an external modem. But you can give it an LTE connection, for example. Stress testing live. Okay. So, but that was cool. Okay. Totally other random feature this thing has, which Keith has been bugging me about. Portrait features. So I've shown you this all in horizontal mode. Here's the mind-blowing thing. If you go up to here and say create a show, you just make a new show that's portrait. We don't need it to be 60 frames per second. And this is going to be called portrait. We're going to do that. Create it. And now the whole thing just turned into vertical mode. Now we can do the whole thing again. Add HDMI sources. Oh, look at that. It even knows that I probably don't have portrait. My camera's turned into portrait mode. So I can scale it. I can I go bigger? Yep. So I could go like this. And now I've got a zoomed in version of my camera. It's obviously lower res, but it still works. What happens if my cameras are rotated? Can I rotate this? Position, size, crop, frame. Oh, that's cool. Flip. I can flip it. Can I rotate? There's no rotate. That seems like an oversight. That's not a rotate button. Oh, it is a rotate button. You just have to drag it. Oh, boy. And I can't really tell if it's straight. So if I had turned my camera, and there's no, why is there no corresponding thing down here for it? They should, that's an oversight. They should add that because I should be able to type in a number for it. But then I can, if I had actually turned my camera, let me get my computer screen out of there. You are here. Let's do that one. So yeah, if I had turned my camera, then this would actually look better. But now I can go between these two. And yeah, we can just keep going, keep adding video streams, NDI, SRT, whatever. Yeah, it is very hard to make it straight. I'm sure they're gonna because like most of the other controls, when you're doing this, they have these little things where you can type in actual numbers. There just isn't one for the rotation. Position is just XY instead of rotation. Oh wow, you can tell it what to have the webcam do. So the web depending on your webcam, of course, there might be different capabilities of it. That's cool. What happens on the webcam on this one? The DJI Pocket can do 1280 or 1080 or 720. 2 different frame rates, MJPEG. That's cool. Insta360 has more resolutions that it can do. That's super cool. Neat. Did I see PTZ in that menu? Yeah. So if the webcam is a PTZ webcam, then you can have it send PTZ commands. I don't have... It's not true. The OBSBot technically should work. Interesting. Let me go back to horizontal mode because this is silly. Go back to this. Did it save everything? It did. It saved everything. That's nice. Let me reroute my yeah. This is the OBSBot, which is a PTZ camera. So I theoretically should be able to do this. Let's find out if this works with the OBSBot PTZ. 10, 11, 202, 33. Port 5, 2, 3, 8, 1. Oops, that's not a 5. 5, 2, 3, 8, 1. Just gonna leave all the defaults. Okay, great. So that's the OBSBot. How do I do PTZ? Oh, there's an icon. Let's see if this works. I'm not totally sure this is gonna work. Nope. Wrong PTZ protocol, apparently. Darn. I do have OBSBot control over from Companion working, but apparently, let me just double check that it's actually still working. No, interesting. Is it because you're doing face tracking? No. It's because I disconnected the OBSBot from the network. Because I sold the network wire for the Pro Convert, running out of network wires. Let's let that thing get on the network. Do I have to reboot it? I might have to reboot it. Let's try that. The this little guy. Oh, right. It's got a battery. That's not going to work. Calm down. Oh my gosh. Why are you so whiny? Can you hear that? Like crash it? Come on. Has a battery, so I can't just unplug it. There it goes. Okay. Now it's doing something. Is it rebooting? Does my OBSBot have the NDI license? I thought I had activated it because they had sent me some beta licenses, but I'm not 100% sure that that is activated. Sorry about that sound. This is the Tail Air HDMI OBSBot. Okay, it's back. Let's see if my companion buttons work now. Yeah, okay, now it's working. So here, I'll just show you the actual feed from that first. This is the OBSBot, and I can control it from my Stream Deck. So I just got little P2Z buttons in here. I can zoom. This is, I think it's still in beta, but that is working from the Stream Deck. So the question is, does it work from here? Nope, still no. Let me double check that I entered the IP addresses right. P2Z control 10.11.202.33 523.81. Let's see if that option fixes it. Ah, look at that. That's super cool. Now I can control it. So now I wonder, does that exist in the web interface? Here's my scene, and here's the camera. And sure enough, I get P2Z control over it. Oh, that's cool. So as I'm here, I can show you the top-down view. Now no hands, I can control it from the web page, and I can one of these should be a zoom, right? Yeah, there we go. So I can save a position, store as 1. I can go zoom out and go over here, store that as 2. I should be able to then recall. Not a big fan of how that does the pan before the zoom, but that's, I think, the Magewell's fault. That's pretty cool, though. P2Z control of the OBSBot camera works out of network wires. We knew this day would happen. Can you send encoder 1 as 16:9 and encoder 2 as 9:16? I don't think so, because the way it was working was it like changes the entire thing into portrait mode, right? So it's the whole show goes into a different mode. The encoders don't have, oops, that's sound. The encoders don't have options for, let's double check that. Yeah, the encoder options are just resolution, not aspect ratio. So, but yeah, super cool. Oh my God, it's almost been 2 hours. I've been going for a while. So, yeah, P2Z control remotely. So you could send 2 OBSBot cameras, plug them in over HDMI, or and then PTZ them remotely, send 2 SRT feeds back to the studio, and that's a pretty compact package too. I don't have the Tiny 2, which is the USB webcam. I don't know if PTZ works on that, but because this one's working over the network. This is OBSBot is connected to the network that this switcher is connected to. So that's how that PTZ is working. That's super cool though. My chat stopped. Shoot. I think my I think I hit the rate limit for the chat. Okay, let me scroll through the other chat window that is not rate limited. Oh, Technobuzz, thank you for the super chat. I wish I could show it on my screen. But sadly, I think I'm rate limited. Let me double check. Yeah, I got rate limited because I've been streaming too long. Oh, bummer. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, it's because I have the member stream going too. I need to fix that. That's an interesting one. I have the members only BTS stream going and it's pulling chat for that also. So I blew through my rate limit after 2 hours. Oh, bummer. Okay. Well, thank you for the super chat anyway. I just can't show it to you on the stream. Let me scroll back through and see what I've been missing. Can you control the web interface? PTZ via web interface? Yes. Is the USB-C out also recognized as a webcam on a computer? Theoretically, yes. So I don't have a cable to try it with. I'm out of. I've used all my wires. I guess I could steal the one doing the pocket too. So there were different options. Oh, it also takes up this port. So this is the HDMI out. That is what you'd go into the computer with. So I have to take that out in order to test it. It is supposed to have that feature though. There's a feature in, where is it? In, maybe it pops up when you plug it in. Yeah. Web interface preserves all the functions of the device in every way. Yes, it does. Welcome. Okay. For sending with OBS bots, would you have to send a travel router with IP addresses already configured? I would definitely recommend that. So if you do want to use this for like shipping out a remote interview kit, I would then send the travel router, which means you get to configure the IP address of the OBS bot cameras on your local network, which your Magewell will be configured to also. That way they can talk directly to it on your local network, not on somebody else's network. So I'd definitely do that. But the Magewell Cloud thing is easier than doing VPN backing back into it. So at least there's that. Yeah, it's people are talking about the rate limits. It's more about how often I'm checking for new messages, and I check every 30 seconds so I can keep up with the chat, but not twice for 2 streams apparently. So I need to update that code. Did I cover chroma key possibilities? No, I didn't. I don't have a good green screen setup right now, but I think I can show quickly just with this little green screen. If I go make a new scene, there's the keyer. Oh, wow. That did actually pretty good. So if I add something, let's see, I think the scene is, this is just black. Yeah. So it's, there's no like layering the scenes are the scenes. So there's no like put that over that. But I can say I want to key that on top of another camera. It's just that this is going to be the, yeah, so now you can see I dropped it down and not a good key. How do I configure the key? Key color, green, blue, auto, or eyedropper. Let's drop that color. Whoa, what? Reset. Keyer, auto. Auto did an okay job. So, I mean, obviously this would work better if I had a better green screen behind me, but it is doing it. And it's doing it on top of another video, which is also weird. Apparently auto is like constantly adjusting too, which is interesting. Let me edit that and do something a little bit less chaotic in the background. Oh, that was also being keyed. Really chaotic. Let's add a graphic to the back, which will make a little bit more sense. So I'll do that. And then if we go back to the keyer on this, key color, make it blue. That way it's not constantly adjusting. So yeah, it does have a keyer in it. And obviously with a better green screen, you would get much better results than this, but that's pretty cool. Okay. That is very, very cool. Emerald says USB-C of the Magewell Mini is not a webcam. I swear they said that was an option, but I believe you. What travel router do I recommend? I'm a big fan of these little, what are they called? GL iNet. I'll drop a link here. They have a bunch of different models. So this is an old one, but I still really like it. GL iNet travel router, old version. I still like this one just because it's so small. The new ones are quite a bit. The new one's quite a bit bigger, but also a lot more powerful, which is, you know, good. I'll just drop the link to the current one also. Oh, it's a good discount right now. If you are interested in this, this is a good Black Friday deal. Let me drop this link in as soon as it saves. There we go. GL iNet. Travel router. So yeah, this one is $105 now. That's a good discount. I definitely bought mine for more than that when I got it in July. 130. So their 150 was a little bit exaggerated. That's never actually 150, but still 105 is a good deal for that. But yeah, lots of good options from the GL iNet family line. Great. Okay. I think we did it. Oh, I didn't really talk about audio. I'll show you the audio mixer really quick. It's this little tab here, and you can choose which of all your sources are on, and they start as audio follows video, which you probably want for video clips, for example. But if you did want to like mute some, you can do that too, which is good. So like if I know that my audio is always coming from like my DJI Pocket, which has the USB, like the wireless mic to it over a webcam, I can set the mic input to be either microphone jack or either of my webcams, and then that's just always on. Then I would turn off all my other audio sources, except maybe I want the video clips, which are not here. They are in, I guess they just play. I saw some config for it here. There it is. So you can choose the volume of the video clip playback, which is also really nice, and monitoring, which is good. So if you can drop your video clips to play background music that way, so that they don't blast over your voice. But this is like your main mixer for all your connected video sources. These are the remote NDI feeds or SRT. That phone's almost out of battery. What are you doing? Says those are great for vacations too. Plug into the hotel or Airbnb network and you don't have to connect to their Wi-Fi. Yeah, I did that. So that's actually what I did in Prague last week is I brought the travel router and then connected it to the hotel Wi-Fi, and then I connected my computer to the travel router. Then I logged into the hotel Wi-Fi captive portal. Then my travel router made a VPN connection back to the studio. And then anything I plugged into the travel router, like the Magewell Director Mini, was on my studio network. And it was just, I could connect to all my local stuff here. So audio control on the web. I believe so. If we go to, there was volume. There it is. Yeah. So same deal. Choose your mic input. It is notable that you can. It's called. You get one mic input. You change between microphone or webcam, and then the webcam audios can't be mixed like the HDMIs can. Right, so I can mix audio from HDMI with the microphone, but the microphone audio is going to be just one of the webcams. They might change that in the future. We'll see. And that's set to audio follows video, or I could just have it always on or always off. Yeah, so that's cool. And then you can, background music. That's interesting. That isn't in the interface as far as I can tell. The physical interface. I can add my countdown music. Oh yeah, it's playing. I can see the audio. Interesting. What can I do with this? Make a playlist. Huh, okay. Fun. My poor rate limited chat. What's the latency for PTZ adjustments over the cloud? Well, I guess it might depend on your internet connection, but what I was seeing was pretty good. Let me see if I can I show this? If I can do it. I can show. I just need to change my super source. I need a. Come on. Super source 2. I need to add a box 2, box 1. So that's the camera, and I need to add box 3, which will be my computer screen. And that will be shrunk. This is not the best layout, but you will get the point. So if I go to the PTZ control here, I mean, I'm local network, but it's like reacting instantly as far as I can tell. I don't see why it would be much different if I was internet connected, because it's just a tiny little bit of data that's doing. So that's cool. That's very cool. Okay. We better wrap this up because I can't even show my chat messages anymore. So yeah, good fun demo. Let me grab the. Wait till I see the next firmware update. Are you beta testing an early firmware version? I just updated to the latest, but that's all. I'm looking forward to any features they add to this because this thing is already incredible. Yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap this up. It's been quite the stream. Drop the link to the Magewell Director Mini again in the chat. Hopefully this has been a fun demo. We really did connect a lot of stuff to this. Oh, there's the background music playing. Now that it's queued up, I get the control of it on the screen. Cute. And I can fast forward and skip tracks. That's very cool. Now I got a playlist added. Yeah, cool. Well, that was fun. I hope you got a sense of how to use this thing. I think I'm pretty excited about it. It definitely has a couple of cool features that I haven't seen in other things, which is always nice. Looking forward to whatever they do in the future with firmware updates. But man, we really pushed this thing to the limit. To pulling in 2 NDIs and SRT, sending out 2 SRTs. Wow, it's cool. Graham says, I'm going to try hard to avoid buying one of these. I already got 4 ATEMs, which is 3 too many. Yeah, me too. We'll see. Right now, this is on loan. I do have to send it back in a couple of weeks. I'm going to try to convince them, let me keep it for a little bit longer to do some more videos about it. But I'll try to do like a condensed version of a video version of setting this thing up for that 2 SRT outs, 1 coming in for remote production. Probably mention P2Z camera too, because that's cool. But it is neat. It is very neat. We will see what else we can do with it later. If you have any other questions, put them in the comments, because we're going to wrap this stream up. And ooh, it is toasty warm. It is real toasty. Oh, I did see some questions about battery life. I totally forgot to get to that. There is no built-in battery, so the battery life is whatever you plug into it. But it has 2 battery slots, so you can actually swap them out and rotate. So you can be like, oh, well, that one's dead. We'll just unplug that, swap it out with another one while it's running off of that battery. And I have it plugged into power now because I was going for so long. But it is nice that it's just bring your own battery. So yeah, it tells me the power cable's connected. Bring your own battery, so the battery life is whatever you want. It's infinite if you hot swap batteries. It is, if you use the bigger, fatter versions of these. I have one somewhere, but it's so old that it just died. It's just dead. I need to buy a new one. But yeah, that's very cool. With that, we'll wrap this up, I guess. What a marathon stream. We will, of course, thank the channel members for support. They have been hanging out with me for an extra half hour before the stream started while I was setting things up. So thanks for that. And they'll watch me tear this down at the end as well. You can always become a channel member. The link is down below. You'll get access to the members only Discord, which we chat about stuff throughout the week. And I post some, now I've been posting kitten photos of the new kittens. Tune into Lily's live stream on Tuesday if you want to get an actual introduction to the kittens, because I'm going to be a roving kitten cam for her stream during that, and she'll be able to, I'll probably use my phone, Apple TV to her ATEM. Maybe I should use the Director Mini, and then I can have multiple kitten cams. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, we're going to do that. That'll be fun. Okay, we're going to put this to the test on Lily's live stream on Tuesday. So I will drop a link to her channel. I think she's already posted her stream, but I'll drop a link to her channel in the chat right now anyway. And hopefully we'll see you there. So thanks everybody for the support. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks. And I will see you all again next week. Bye.